Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I have to forget to look at the camera as well. Today I'm joined by my client Dan. And Dan, you've been with me for quite a while now. I was just saying to Dan before we started, I remember when Dan initially signed up and how that went down. So, Dan, thank you for being here, first of all, mate. And let's start off by introduce yourself. There's obviously people watching. Let us know a bit about yourself, what you do for work, where are you from, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm from Norwich. I'm an IT manager at an offshore company. I travel a lot for work. A lot's probably a bit of an understatement. Jacob well knows.
Yeah.
Time is not really on my side. That's I kind of came to Jacob because I was going to the gym but not really seeing the results I wanted.
Yeah.
So.
Let's talk about that. So I get a lot of people that join or I speak to a lot of people on the phone, mate, like I've said to you before, and they'll tell me like where they are at the moment, like what their struggles are. A lot of them tell me that they're busy with work. Some might have kids, some don't, some got partners, some haven't. But pretty much everyone I work with has a goal of losing weight, right? When you first spoke to me, what was the goal? Like remind me of what you said on that phone. Like where were you at the moment? What was that current position when you first spoke to me on the phone? And where is it that you wanted to achieve?
I just wanted to lose weight. I think I was what, 250 pounds, something like that. And I just said, I want to just lose the weight. I want to get down to like a healthy weight and just be happy in myself. And yeah, that was kind of the initial kind of goal.
Yeah.
I'm mostly there now, I think. I've got
There
a
you
little
go.
way to go. So.
And we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
It's been good. Talk to us about like the background though. So like what was your background in with your weight? So a lot of people I speak to might have said they've tried diets before, they've even worked with coaches before, but they've like it hasn't worked. Or maybe they have lost weight, but then it's piled back on.
Yeah.
So what was your sort of background with your weight?
So I had lost weight twice before, sort of 2012.
Yeah.
I'd lost a load and sort of put it all back on. And then around COVID, I put a bit on over COVID and then lost a load over COVID because I was determined to lose it. But then it kind of crept back on when we sort of came back to the office. And I was kind of determined this time that I was going to absolutely had to lose it. I wanted to change kind of my mindset and the way that I sort of lived.
And so you'd done well before you lost weight.
Yeah.
What do you think that reason was for like you lost it, but why did you gain it back? Like why do you think that was?
I don't think I had structure. So before I sort of like, I think everyone kind of knows eat less, move around more, which I guess is, that's kind of like,
the obvious
they
thing.
say eat less, move around more is kind of the obvious. But I think unless you kind of build a healthy sort of that build that into healthy habits and you can, there's not to say nothing is off the table in terms of what you can eat, just be sensible about it. You can't, there's nothing to say you can't have like a takeaway maybe once in a while or whatever. But I think as long as you're kind of building a good kind of diet plan around that and focusing on certain foods and making sure that you're focusing on those areas more, then that's I think in terms of for me anyway, it's sort of where I was going wrong because I was kind of eating less of what I already was eating, but that didn't really work. Whereas now I've completely changed what I eat and that's completely transformed how I approach things.
Of course. And how did that feel for you? Because like for me, like even myself when I was overweight, like I know how that impacted me. I hope you don't mind me saying, but being overweight, like how did that make you feel? Because that could impact, say for example, I hear a lot of confidence, I hear it impacts people, their partner, their relationship with their partner, it impacts their ability to maybe be the role model that they want for their children, work, energy levels. Like how was this impacting you?
It's more definitely confidence. I didn't really like what I looked in the mirror. I would say definitely more a confidence thing. I'm very thankful I have a very wonderful wife that's very supportive. But yeah, absolutely, it certainly was in myself, and I did it mainly for myself.
Yeah,
but obviously, certainly energy levels have increased massively as well.
Yeah. And did you feel like for me, I would say looking back when I was overweight, but I was like really low in confidence too. Like that really did impact me. But you already had your career, sort of like you've done well for yourself. I wasn't at that stage. I was like apprentice. I'm like the new guy on the block. So I felt like my confidence held me back from doing the things I wanted to. Things like wanting to just work on myself in general, whatever. Did you feel like that confidence held you back in any area of your life at all, or not?
I do. I enjoy swimming, so I really didn't want to go to a pool or anything like that because obviously you have to take your top off and stuff. So I would say in that area, yes. I think possibly that's sort of the only area, but I also I think it's for my own mental health as well. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror, and I think that also had a derogatory effect on my own mental health. So
Do you mind touching upon on that, and like, if you don't mind, like, talk to us a bit more about that, if you don't mind, of course.
I can do. I mean, yeah, I just didn't feel great in myself.
Yeah.
It just made me feel a bit crap.
Yeah.
So-
I was gonna say, the reason I say that is because I've had clients that have been on antidepressants, like medication for anxiety, all sorts, and like they've been to the doctors and they might talk about like their process of coming off of that, right? Rather than going from nothing to something, they might be put on a plan. But I've had a lot of clients that have been on medication for whatever mental health problems, and then through the training and how they've built themselves, the confidence they've built, and improving their health, their fitness, that sort of, they come off that, and they came off it, and it's like an amazing feeling. Have you definitely noticed that through improving your fitness and losing the weight, that's had a direct correlation with improvements in mental health too?
Yeah, definitely. I would say absolutely. I feel a million times better, absolutely, in myself. Like you say, energy levels are increased, and I just feel so much sort of happier in myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Buzzing. Let's go back to when you signed up, because I'm trying to think, like, there's people who understand a bit more about like who Dan is now. Obviously, you're a busy guy at work, which we'll touch up on in a second. What was the, like, if you struggle with your weight for most of your life, what was the reason for wanting to go, you know what, I'm going to get help, I'm going to work with a coach? Like, why was that the right time to do it?
That's a good question, actually. I think because I'd had the two sort of stints of losing weight, so 2012 and sort of 2020, and they hadn't really stuck, I sort of thought, you know what, I'd kind of thought I've always thought about having a trainer, like a PT, and I was like, I kind of thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this now. I just want to get it done. I'm approaching 40. Not quite there yet. So I just want to get it done. I don't want to be overweight all my life.
Yeah.
I want to actually get locked in and get it properly, like build habits that are going to last into my 50s, 40s,
Definitely.
50s. I don't want to be overweight all my life. So
100%. So that just gave you that kick to want to do it.
basically, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I was just saying before we started this to Dan that, like, I remember our first conversation clear as day. Let's go back to that moment, because I remember I was on holiday at the time, and I remember I was just saying to Dan, I was on a nice like rooftop sort of pool thing. I was looking over Greece at the time, and I was like, no, I'm serious. I want to help this guy. And I think we spoke about how it worked and the process and the pricing. And you correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you wanted to go away, think about it, or you want to speak to your partner, except something happened, and we didn't do it there and then. And I think we had like a secondary call. So do you remember that?
I do, yeah.
Can you
much.
remind me?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was basically, I just wanted to just check. I always run, me and my wife, I say she's very supportive, and we always run everything by each other very much. So I wanted to just get pricing on I do the same at my job. So it's like, I want like have all the facts on the table and like lay it out and just go, this is the situation.
Yeah.
So I wanted to run it past her that evening and basically say, this is the situation, this is how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
It was never really about the money. It's more like being open and honest and transparent. So that's kind of.
And how did you find that process of like being on a call, and like how did you find it in general? Because some people find that really nerve-wracking. Some people are like excited to get going. Like, how did you feel in that moment?
I was excited, definitely excited to get going. Yeah, I really was. I think because I'd kind of built it up in my head so long anyway. As I said, I think probably for about 6 months prior, I thought I want to get a PT, or I want to get some sort of like guidance on this, because I'd been going to the gym and like not really seeing the results, and like so I'd kind of built it up. I thought, right, cool, let's get going. So I was like really keen to excited to get going.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was excited to get going, definitely.
Nice, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember you were already going to the gym, like you were already training, but like you said, you weren't quite seeing the results. Looking back and based on what you've done with myself, why do you think that was?
Definitely the food. Okay. Definitely the food. The old saying, "Abs are made in the kitchen," is definitely true.
Yeah. And I want to think like that must have been frustrating, because you're spending months putting in hard, but you were training 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And you're not seeing the progress that you want.
Yeah.
How was that making you feel? You tell me.
It was frustrating, but I also think deep down, possibly in hindsight, knowing what I know now, I can see why. But I think at the time it was probably a bit like, well, why is nothing really moving? Like, why am I not losing weight?
Yeah.
I think I'd like to think I had a good base level of like cardio fitness. But obviously I had a lot of weight on me as well.
Yeah.
So I think yeah, it was frustrating. But I think the job I'm in doesn't help because I would sort of like go to the gym and get sort of locked in for like a few weeks,
Mm.
and then I would kind of lose focus because
Yeah.
I'd travel for a couple of weeks, and then I wouldn't go to the gym for a couple of weeks, and
Yeah.
then I'd kind of lose sort of
the
like
routine.
lose the routine, and then I'd take me a little while to get back into
Yeah,
it. So
I think we should talk about that because I think I speak to a lot of people that tell me they can't do it because of work. It's too busy, not the right time. They're traveling. Since working with you, you're probably the person that travels the most out of everyone I work with. Why? Why have you got that mentality of like, despite I'm traveling, I'm in China, I'm here, I'm there, and everywhere. Like, you still managed to make fantastic progress. And by the way, remind me your weight when you first started. 270. You said 250.
250, yeah.
250,
Yeah.
and now you're down to nearly 178.
178 this morning. Yeah.
So you're like over 70 pounds down. So you've managed to do that since August last year.
Yeah.
So August 2025 for reference, we're what we now start of May.
Start of May,
Yeah.
26. Yeah.
There you go. So what we 8th of May today.
Yeah.
So it's like since it's brilliant, mate. For such it's not even a full year, right? Yeah, mate, that like and that weight loss in that time is incredible. But yeah, going back to the point, like, what's the biggest difference between you and the mindset you've got and making that change despite all the travel? Because people, you can either go, right, that's part of my life and I'm going to make it work, or what a lot of people do is use it as a reason for why they can't get in shape. Like, why have you got that mindset of making it work?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have a very good trainer. I guess I think I just want us to get locked in. I just
Yeah.
think I have the mindset of I have my calorie goal which we've set, and we talk a lot,
Yeah.
and I think I feel like definitely the fact that you're logging what you eat,
Yeah.
absolutely, it's fantastic. That I wasn't doing that before, and putting down what you eat, and even if possibly I go over some days and then you're under some other days, you kind of get, especially after you've done it sort of for 2 or 3 months, you kind of like look at something and go, that's a lot of calories, that's not a lot of calories,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
You-
So you kind of look
yeah.
at something and you try and make a better choice. So
Yeah.
I think to say time, yeah, definitely. There has been times when I really don't, like, I've just come off a 12-hour flight, I need to do a gym session, I really don't want to do that. But if you really want to do something and put your mind to it, sometimes you just got to dig deep and just do it.
Just crack on.
Just crack on with it. So I guess it's, to me, the way I always saw it is kind of mind over matter. And I've always tried to push myself. I always like to think I try to push myself as hard as I can. And I guess I just keep telling myself, yeah, you can do it.
Yeah,
So
nice. Yeah,
for me,
I like it. And I've just been thinking, like, whilst you're saying that, like, you're someone who's you work hard anyway. You're a hard worker, and like you said before joining me, you were doing 6 months of going to the gym 5 days a week anyway. And you've always had that mindset, but you've always struggled with your weight. Why did it take so long to reach out to a coach and just commit to this process?
Again, another good question. I don't know. That's I guess I was trying to find one. I guess I was too worried to reach out to one, and I think the fact that I followed you on Instagram and you actually reached out to me was the most fantastic thing that you did, because that kind of gave me the kick.
Yeah,
I don't think had you not done that,
you would have messaged.
I wouldn't have messaged,
and we wouldn't be here.
and I wouldn't be
There
here,
you go.
and I wouldn't have these results.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. I think that was fantastic in that sense. So I think the reason I hadn't done is purely because I didn't, kind of, part of me was a bit like, I'm not sure I want to.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Even though I do.
Yeah,
So
you want the change, but it's that initial step.
Yeah,
it's always
kind
the
of
hardest.
it's kind of like like fear of the unknown almost. As it were.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, because my head was going like, right, if you struggle with it for so long, like we can all, you know that if you work with a coach, you're probably going to get a better result. Would it be, I don't know, you tell me if I'm wrong, but do you feel like you maybe just got used to that routine? You were used, you've been struggled with your weight for so many years, it just became like, it's just like the norm sort of thing.
I guess I never thought I'd probably lose the weight.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be like this. I mean, I looked back at some of the old weight charts, and I haven't been this light since I was 13.
13.
Yeah. So
wow.
So
that's crazy.
So yeah, that just kind of puts things into perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess for me, maybe it was kind of like I was scared to kind of move into something I didn't think I was ever be able to achieve.
Yeah.
But I guess with the right support and the right guidance, you can kind of achieve anything.
Yeah, exactly. And question to you is, do you regret not doing this sooner?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I'd done this 10 years ago.
if you'd done this 10 years ago, what do you think the last 10 years would have looked like in comparison to how they've panned out?
I think I'd have been happier in myself.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely I'd have been happier in
That's the
myself.
main thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Okay. So I feel like the people watching, obviously I know why you joined, like you struggled with your weight since you were a teenager, and you've tried bits, you've lost it, you put it back on, and now we're going to talk about the sort of success that you've had. We know why obviously we decided right now is going to be the right time you're going to commit to it. Like we said, started in August, and we're now sort of start of May. Tell the people watching, and obviously tell me, just remind, it's great to hear. Remind me of the success you've had. Like, what would you say is your biggest wins since being part of the program?
You know, I love doing these wins.
Let's hear them.
I would say the biggest wins, definitely losing the weight. Absolutely. I never thought I'd be this light ever.
How much have you lost?
So 70 pounds.
Wow.
Still going. I think strength definitely has increased. I really enjoy like the strength sessions as well. The variety is fantastic. You're always changing it up, which keeps me on my toes.
Keeps it fun.
And then some of the the movements with like the sled and stuff. I enjoy doing those as well. So
nice.
Biggest wins I'd say is the massive increase in strength, especially lower body, and this general fitness. I think I'm definitely feel a lot fitter in myself.
Yeah. Good.
And I just feel much better in myself.
Brilliant.
Just in general.
Love that. So you're stronger. You obviously lost the weight.
Yeah.
These are things that a lot of people want. Like people want to achieve them. How has this impacted the quality of your life? Like, how is life better now in comparison to how it was prior to starting the program?
I think I just feel happier. I guess I just feel happier in myself. I just have more energy.
Nice.
I don't like get out of breath going upstairs. Like it's just feel great.
Nice.
It's kind of like feel
happy. That's what people want. Like, and the thing is, so many people know that okay, if I work with the coach, I'm probably going to get a better result.
Yeah.
So many people know that if they lose weight and they got stronger, their quality of life improves. Like, question to you: why do you feel like so many people put it off? Like, because I think I have my own reasoning. I don't know if you've thought about that before, but you've been there. So why do you think a lot of people do maybe put it off?
That is a good question. I don't know as such. There's probably several reasons. I think possibly again fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
I guess maybe people don't want to be held accountable. Maybe it's accountability thing. I think one of the things I said to you is accountability is one of the things I really want.
Yeah.
Is I need somebody to hold me accountable and say, why have you not done this?
Yeah. Of course.
Because there's been too much where I haven't been held accountable.
Okay.
Whereas some people might not like that or want that. And maybe some people don't want to change. Maybe some people they like the idea of change, but aren't ready to accept that. Possibly, I don't know. Yeah, that's just some thoughts I have.
I think it's like a comfort zone thing, like sort of like that fear of unknown, but like staying in your comfort zone. Yeah. But also, I think a lot of people almost just get so used to their current situation and doing whatever they do in the week and then relaxing that it's like people just get comfortable with being overweight. Like they're just used to it. It's standard. It's their standards have gone down because their actions have been quite low standard for a while, and that's obviously landed them to be where they are. And then they've just kept their standards there. They've gone, I'm used to being overweight. It's like almost just like it's a thing. They accept it. It's their identity. Like it's part of their identity, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Everyone's gonna have a different reason, but I feel like that's where my head's at. So when you joined the program, what were the things like we just touched upon it? Then you said about accountability. What else did you feel you needed most help with?
Guidance, definitely guidance on things like strength, like the movements, strength and things like that. So, excuse me, I was doing basically I was putting a lot of the strength sessions off in the gym that I was doing, and that's mostly what I was looking for accountability on. Is because basically what I would do is when I did go to the gym, I say, right, today I'm going to do upper body, and I go, no, I'm too tired, I'm just going to do cardio. Okay. So what I would just end up doing is I would just do cardio 5 days a week. Which cardio is great, but not really what we're after. Not necessarily what I wanted.
There's a balance as well.
There's a balance. Yeah. So I wanted kind of the guidance on strength sessions, but I also wanted the accountability to say, have you done them? Yeah. You haven't just gone off and done cardio.
Yeah. It's got. I think the accountability is like you can have the best plan, but if you're not sticking to it, what's the point, right? You've got to be held accountable. I think everyone needs a form of accountability.
Absolutely.
I say if I had people that I work with, I think that's a form of accountability. It's like you're accountable to each other because you're helping each other in a job role. It's like with your training as well. You just refer to someone to make sure that you're doing what you've said you're going to do, and I'm holding you accountable to what you told me that you wanted to do. Here's the inputs. Let's make sure that you're staying consistent with them. That's going to align with getting you from where you are now to where you want to be. And I think it's the glue that holds it all together, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, so we spoke through the sort of success that you've had. What aspects of the program specifically do you feel have played like the biggest role in your success?
Having a fantastic coach.
Cheers, mate.
Get a Jacob, definitely. I think the community is amazing.
Yeah.
I would say the community that's been set up is fantastic. The group chats and everything, the support in there is absolutely fantastic.
Good.
Obviously, support from yourself is always as fantastic as well. And yeah, I'd say those two things are
nice.
Are brilliant, really.
Good. And when you joined, people like it's that fear of unknown. You don't really know what to expect. So was there any like limitations or anything you thought, oh, what if I struggle with that because it's remote, it's online? Because people have this perception of like, you must be in person because you really need that in person.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, we've just done an in-person session,
yeah.
and there's value in there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But was there anything going into this program that you might have thought, I don't know if that'll work because it's online, or was there any sort of limiting or any beliefs around that before you joined?
So I think the remote did concern me.
Okay.
Given obviously the fact that you are lifting weights and there is a certain form, but the fact that you do form feedback video, or I do form videos and then you review them and give pointers, I think that's fantastic. And yeah, I think that's been completely alleviated by that. I would say so. Nice. Definitely not something I'm concerned about now.
Nice. Okay. And was there anything else, like in terms of, so we said the community accountability, like the coaching aspect of how we sort of communicate. Is there anything else that you feel has played a role in their success, or do you feel like they're going to be the main three ones?
No, I think
they're the big ones.
Yeah.
I think the reason I ask is I think a lot of people always go with them ones, and I think community at the start. Did you think that would be something that would play a big role or not?
No, I didn't know. No,
yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah,
they didn't expect it. Like I probably wouldn't, but then now I've been part of communities. I'm like, that would help. Like it's good to have the right people around you. Yeah. Then of course the coaching, and then that accountability is the glue that holds it together, which is great. So, nowhere obviously where you started and where you've got to. What does the future look like for Dan?
Well, that's something we need to discuss because I think we need to. I think probably building some more strength. Because we've done the kind of the fat loss phase. I think there's probably a little bit more to go on that, but I think probably putting some more strength in there and building some muscle.
100%. I think strength. We spoke in the gym as well about maybe doing like some fitness testing sort of stuff as well. I think that'd be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, love it, mate. And okay, I speak to a lot of people, Dan, and a lot of people tell me obviously similar to you, mate, whether with work, like they're busy, relationships, whatever. What would you say to someone who is struggling with time, they're busy, and they keep putting it off? Like, what would you say to that person?
Yeah, that's a good one. There's always time for yourself. You should always make time for yourself. I know it might be tough, but it is well worth it. You can find half an hour, you can find an hour a day just to get to the gym, get a strength session in.
Yeah.
Like honestly, you can. I mean, I didn't think I could, but you can, honestly.
Definitely, mate.
Yeah.
Definitely. And final thing, mate, is what would you say to someone in general who's they're thinking about coaching? Everyone's gonna have different reasons for why they're maybe on the fence with it. But to someone who's on the fence right now to join in my program, what would you say to that person?
Just do it. Honestly, just do it. Jacob's a great guy. He's really, really good. Honestly, you will not regret it. He's such a fantastic coach. And the community is amazing. What he's built is fantastic.
Good.
So,
I haven't paid you to say that.
He's not. I'll charge him later.
No, class, mate. Before we close out this episode, mate, is there anything else anything you want to share? Because obviously everyone's got their own little stories. Is there anything personal to you, or anything that you feel you want to share with the people watching?
No, I think I'm good. I can now fit in clothes I bought 12 years ago. So
yeah, there you go. Bring them back into style.
There you go.
Class. Brilliant. Well, mate, appreciate you joining. Fantastic progress, and
thanks for having me.
No problem. We'll go and get some food now.
Yeah, sounds
Spot
amazing.
on. Cool.